Mississippi, by way of a city known as Jackson, majority African American city, they don't have clean drinking water. They cannot brush their teeth. They cannot take showers. Many of them are unable to flush their own toilets because of a lack of water pressure. Let me give you the background to this. Governor Tate Reeves issued a statement. Here it is.
At the end of last week, I was briefed by the state health department on the discovery that Jackson's main water treatment facility has been operating with zero redundancies. The main pumps had recently been damaged severely about the same time as the prolonged boil water notice began, and the facility was now operating on smaller backup pumps. Unfortunately, that failure appears to have begun today. This is a very different situation from a boil water notice, which is also a serious situation which residents of Jackson have become tragically numb to. Until it is fixed, it means we do not have reliable running water at scale. It means the city cannot produce enough water to fight fires, to reliably flush toilets, and to meet other critical needs. The Mississippi Emergency Management Agency will take the state's lead on distributing drinking water and non-drinking water to residents of the city of Jackson. Replacing our largest city's infrastructure of running water with human distribution is a massively complicated logistical task. We need to provide it for up to 180,000 people for an unknown period of time.
Okay, let me say this. I got more video. There's a group right now, college students, Morris Brown College, Spelman College. I'm working with this group of students. We're sending truckloads of water to Jackson, Mississippi. We're doing that right now. The governor is doing the same thing. You see, I don't have the resources to fix the actual problem, but the governor does. So let's talk about actual solution rather than a Band-Aid as remedy. There's more video, here it is.
The state has created an incident command structure and is surging our resources to the city's water treatment facility and beginning emergency maintenance, repairs, and improvements. We will do everything in our power to restore water pressure and get water flowing back to the people of Jackson. We will cash flow the operation, and the city will be responsible for half of the cost of the emergency improvements that we make. I want to make something very clear to those operators we have been and will be reaching out to. You will be paid for your work. The state is owning that guarantee. Please stay safe. Do not drink the water. In too many cases, it is raw water from the reservoir being pushed through the pipes. Be smart. Protect yourself. Protect your family. Preserve water and look out for your fellow man and look out for your neighbors.
Let me highlight O.B. Curtis water treatment plant. They're at the center of this debacle. Let's put up a picture of the governor. Got some words for you, Governor Reeves. It's worth noting, following your press conference, you said you were briefed on this last week. You actually pledged to fix this in early 2021. Did you think we forgot about your statements on the record in early 2021? Jackson's water system has faced problems for a very long time. Now, before I get into the background of this, let me explain that this is a combination of a few elements. Number one, divestment, leaving, communities leaving, economics leaving Jackson, Mississippi. 180,000 plus residents, majority African-American city. When have you known things like this to happen to cities that were majority white and affluent? It doesn't. It happens to cities that are majority African-American typically, and 100% majority not affluent, not economically rich, not wealthy. There's more. Following a month without clean water, drinkable water, Jackson has now mostly lost water pressure. Let me pause on this for a moment. you have multiple problems. One, you can't drink the damn water. That's one. Two, the water pressure is gone. You can't even flush the damn toilet. That is the existence of over 100,000 black folk in Jackson, Mississippi right now. With operational collapses at O.B. Curtis, reducing the flow of water through the city's distribution system to the degree that residences and businesses across the city have little or no water at all. What's the cause and effect relationship? All of these businesses will have to either restrict services or close down completely. Where are the let's make business work Republicans? Right now, a lack of visibility at O.B. Curtis has Mississippi State Department of Health leadership unable to answer how much water is currently flowing out of the plant and into Jackson pipes. Additionally, while the city highlighted the potential flooding of structures at O.B. Curtis due to the high crest of the Pearl River over the weekend, officials have yet to firmly establish the direct causes of the plant failures at the water treatment plant. Whatever the cause, Governor Reeves said the state will be intervening to prop up the water plant on the brink. Operational failures at O.B. Curtis are downstream from the facility's most pressing issue, a near complete lack of qualified personnel. Class A water operations and regular maintenance staff are sorely needed at O.B. Curtis. The governor said that the state would be acquiring the operators necessary and would split the cost with the city of Jackson. Now, let me show you how much non-cooperation has taken place between this governor and the mayor. Put up a picture of the mayor, okay? Young, energetic, charismatic, progressive mayor, okay? The governor did not invite Mayor Lumumba to the emergency press conference, nor has the governor talked directly to the mayor of Jackson, Mississippi. But the governor did assure the mayor that he has never spoken with that everything is going to work out. They have accepted the terms to the state and have offered solutions. Meanwhile, city officials are working to distribute bottled water and residents who have lost access. It's unclear how long this will be. It's unclear how long it will take to resolve the issue. On Monday, the mayor of Jackson also declared a state of emergency, stressing that the city was not cutting off water to residents, but acknowledging that a water shortage was likely to last for the next couple of days. There's federal aid in sight. Joe Biden did declare a state of emergency as well. President Biden on Wednesday spoke by phone with the Jackson, Mississippi mayor about emergency response efforts to the water crisis in the state's capital. A White House aide said that President Biden phoned the mayor to hear firsthand from the mayor about the urgent situation with access to clean and safe water. Is it not a damn shame that the governor did not make that call first? The two discuss efforts from FEMA, the EPA, and other infrastructure development opportunities. An estimated quarter of Jackson residents live in poverty. It's based on stats we were able to confirm, making the situation all the more critical. President Biden late Tuesday signed an emergency declaration that frees up federal resources to supplement the state's own emergency response, authorizing FEMA to mobilize equipment and resources to the area. The population is 80+% African American. Now, some people are questioning, why are these proclamations of emergency important? Here's why. In order to get significant money from the government, you have to go through what's called a bureaucratic process. Once there is a state of emergency declared, it basically eliminates the majority of those bureaucratic protocols, frees up the opportunity to get that money to those communities quickly. That's why the state of emergency is imperative. All right, Ben, thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, this is one thing that people need to understand about the United States is that it is and always has been a colonial project. There are parts of the United States that are treated as generators of wealth, and then there are parts of the United States that are treated as extractors of wealth. This is the reality of our country, that the benefits that people see in rich white suburban neighborhoods are largely the result of extracting wealth and taking funds away from poor Black communities across the country. That's something that's critical to understand in this. Another thing that's critical to understand in this is a lot of people will point to the voters of Mississippi and say, oh, this is their fault for voting for Republicans. But we need to understand something about Mississippi. Aside from all of the gerrymandering and voter suppression through the more direct methods, there's also the reality that somewhere around 8% of the entire population of the state is denied the right to vote due to prior felony voting laws. And that right there is at the heart of this larger issue of the politicization of the police, the use of the police to suppress the votes of Black folks in the state of Mississippi and a handful of other states across the United States. So realistically, there's not really a true democracy in the state of Mississippi that's actually representing the will of the voters. And then of course you have the racism that exists at the state level and the federal level that has left areas like that categorically neglected when it comes to investments in critical infrastructure. On top of that, you also have the layer of privatization, which is the effort to underfund infrastructure so that when disasters do happen like this, you have lobbyists that come in and promise privatization as some sort of solution. And we can see how well that worked out just by looking at New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina.
That's right, and we have many other examples of how privatization hurts communities because companies, for-profit corporations, they have a bottom line monetary agenda. Governments should have a service to community agenda. That's the difference.